Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is April the 16th, 2018, and this is our daily cryptocurrency market news analysis. We're simply here to give you our price predictions of where we expect Bitcoin and Ethereum to go over the next couple of days. So let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all can see that Bitcoin is down 4.02%. Last trade was $8,015.50 according to Bitfinex. And we are definitely looking at the valley of indecision. Bitcoin is going to be making a decision over the next couple of days, and you all can see that more volume is coming in today than what we saw the last 2 days, and this is a precursor to weakness bar. So please pay attention to that. The only thing that is keeping Bitcoin with a slight probability of moving higher is that it is closing right now above $8,000. If it breaks $8,000, then Bitcoin definitely will be moving to the downside. And looking at the amount of volume that we have today versus along with where the bar is closed at right now, tells us that Bitcoin looks to be moving to the downside. The market came all the way up to $8,500 or towards it today and yesterday, and that it has been acting as resistance here in the background. So I want you all to pay attention to that. So now let's move into a 3-hour bar to see whether or not Bitcoin will continue to move lower or higher. We're looking at the 3-hour bars for Bitcoin. Y'all can see where consolidation has been occurring. Resistance is towards $8,200. Support, I would say around $7,900, possibly even $7,600. Okay, so we are in a slight downtrend going on in the market. We're not getting a lot of interest in higher prices right now. So definitely the market is giving us weakness. But I can definitely tell you all, in the short term, expect consolidation to occur. And in the meantime, we need to see whether or not we get precursors of strength or precursors of weakness bars, because either one we get the most of, that is where the market's going to go. Let's take a look at the 1-hour bar. So looking at the 1-hour bar for Bitcoin, we all can see how that consolidation is still going on. We have seen some very wide down bars, and that is a sign that we need to pay attention to. Market needs to hold support at $7,900 in order for us to continue to move higher in price. And currently that is exactly what is happening for Bitcoin. The market is giving us some strength. So we're still expecting the market for Bitcoin to move higher in the short term. Okay, so the market could definitely come all the way back up to $8,040 or even $8,080. I can even see it going to $8,100 in around that price. But then from there, we need to pay attention to see whether or not we get more stockpile into the market, because if we do, then that is about as high Bitcoin is going to go, and we're going to move back down to the downside. Okay, so right now our analysis is for Bitcoin to continue to consolidate, and now in the meantime we will be looking at these charts to see whether or not we get more weakness or strength in the market. And if we get more weakness, we will be moving below $8,000 and even to lower prices. I would say around $7,800 or maybe a little lower than that, depending on how much volume comes into the space. But right now, short term, looking for Bitcoin to move higher. Now, the last one that we're going to look at for today is Ethereum. So Ethereum is down 4.44%. Last trade was $506.70. Looking at the daily price bar for Ethereum, again, weakness is definitely in the market. We have a wider spread bar than what we saw yesterday. So definitely that is a change in sentiment in this space for Ethereum. We almost have about the same amount of volume that we saw yesterday as well. Now, taking a look at the 3-hour bars for Ethereum, you all can see that we have received this change of tone in the market, and we wasn't able to come back up to around $530 for the rest of the day today. And we have seen nothing but weakness in the market. Now Ethereum can move back up to 510, but we're definitely seeing a lot of weakness in this space comparative to what we have in Bitcoin. Now the market participants are definitely trying to keep price above $500. It might dip down to 490 to catch support, and we might move a little bit higher from there. But right now we definitely see weakness in Ethereum long term compared to the short term. Looking at the 1-hour bar for Ethereum, weakness still came in on this particular bar, and the volume is extremely light. So we may make another quick move back up to 508 or even 510, but then move back down to the downside. So that's what we have for Ethereum. more or less consolidation, just like with Bitcoin. Expect the market to move higher in the short term, but then expect the market to move back down to the downside. Support has been holding at $500. So if we can hold $500, then we will continue to move higher in price. If we break $500, then we will be moving back to the downside. Now, before I go, I want to show you all the daily price chart for Bitcoin one more time to show you how wide the consolidation is. Now we're looking at the daily price bar for Bitcoin, and that support area has been holding strong around $6,500. Okay, now on a wider time frame, you can see that's $9,000 is resistance. So we can definitely come back up to $9,000 if we get a lot more volume that we saw here, or the same amount of volume that we saw here on the 12th of April. If we do, then $9,000 would definitely be in the cards. And that is the next area of resistance after $8,500. But right now, we are seeing some weakness in the market. But as long as we stay above 8,000, I think we might try to come up to $9,000 again. But right now, we're not there yet. Okay, so I just want to show you all the wider stance of that consolidation area or the trading range for Bitcoin. 9,000 is resistance, support is $6,500. So if you guys got any more questions, or would like to become a member or understand more about language analysis, then come and visit us on our Patreon page. There you have access to a lot of the tips, a lot of the trainings, a lot of the understandings of what language analysis is and how to eliminate the confusion that so many other people place on their charts. We have that information for you all. And if you want to understand and become more confident in your own independent trading, then yes, you need to come and join us on Patreon. I'll talk to you all later. You have a wonderful day.